The Canyon Cowboys lose their share of the Foothill League Championship. Hello, I'm Ryan Haslam with your SCV NewsBreak for Tuesday, November 15th. Our lead story involves the Canyon Cowboy football team, and Dave Caldwell is here to give us the latest on that story.
Yeah, it's pretty tough news, Ryan. The Canyon Cowboys will now have to forfeit a second game as a result of their internal investigation. According to head coach Rich Gutierrez, a communication breakdown led to an ineligible player getting into last Thursday's game against Golden Valley. The result of that led to the Cowboys forfeiting the game against the Grizzlies, which not only gave Golden Valley their first ever league win, but cost Canyon a share of the Foothill League Championship. Now, further investigation by coaches and administrators has discovered that same player also played in the Saugus game. After the discovery, Canyon officials came forward with the information to the league and to the CIF. This second forfeit drops the Cowboys to fourth in the league and moves Saugus up to second. Gutierrez said integrity stands before winning.
I'd rather be honest and, finding that young man in that individual play and that one play in that game, I knew it was the right thing. And even talking to some of my coaches, and we knew that that's the thing that has to be done when that's what needs to be done. That's the right thing to do, and making good decisions and having character and integrity and following through and believing in honesty and truth. And I think it teaches lessons across football. I think it's more of a life lesson. And going to our administrators and reporting it, and then going, on to CIF and everything like that, I think it's played out in a positive.
And later on in sports, Ryan, we will tell you how this will impact the first-round playoff games this Friday.
All right, thanks you, Dave. We'll look forward to that. A prison inmate with a history of assaulting a peace officer, robbery, arson, and rape is headed for Olive View Medical Center Friday. The inmate will be supervised by County Mental Health, which isn't equipped to handle violent criminals. Supervisor Mike Antonovich contends the move counters the intent of the state's prison realignment plan, and he's leading a campaign authorized by the Board of Supervisors to find legal and legislative solutions to prevent the release of dangerous convicts. Coming up after the break, music students benefit from a 2-year fundraising campaign for a brand new grand piano.
It's go time at your Toyota dealer. They're here now. The cars, trucks, and SUVs you really want, with great deals on every new Toyota. Go for an incredible zero drive-off lease on a new 50 mpg Prius, or save thousands with zero APR. Plus, you get Toyota Care complimentary maintenance.
We make it easy on you.
Get a new Prius today. It's go time.
Valley Industry Association members heard from 3 SCV business leaders Tuesday about the difficulty of manufacturing in California.
When I found out the discussion was on manufacturing in California, the first thing that struck me is it's kind of been like being the frog in the pot of water, where you turn the temperature up a little bit each day and the water gets hotter and hotter, and then finally the water boils and the frog dies, and somebody sits there scratching their head going, I don't know what happened. It was only a degree warmer than it was yesterday.
Bill Barrett from Aerospace Dynamics said even though his company is growing into its 5th building in Valencia Industrial Center, a possible tax hike, medical insurance fraud, and insufficient vocational training in high school still all pose significant threats.
Why aren't we encouraging our kids who don't show an aptitude for calculus or biology or chemistry? Why aren't we helping them go and start learning a vocation, start getting summer jobs, start apprenticing, and start building up the skills that are necessary? Why do we let them think that, if you don't get good grades, you fail?
Most of my people in my shop started at the bottom, and that's where I started. I started at the very bottom and learned the trade. I do very well. Mr. Bayless pays me very well to run this shop, and I did it with a high school education.
The National Park Service is taking a field trip to Santa Clarita to hear what locals want planned for the San Gabriel Mountains and surrounding natural areas. NPS officials will hold an open meeting Wednesday at 7 p.m. in the Activity Center at the City Sports Complex on Center Point Parkway. And naturalists are expecting a big turnout. 4 separate proposed plans will be discussed for the National Recreation Area. Taking a look outside for our weather. Clear blue skies and a high of 69 degrees today in Santa Clarita. More clear skies in store for the next couple of days. Highs in the low to mid 70s expected for Wednesday and Thursday. Things will start to cool down on Friday and possible showers on Saturday and Sunday. And here with more on the Canyon Cowboys football situation, Dave Caldwell, let us know the details of what the ramifications are of this revelation.
Yeah, exactly. It's what's going to happen on Friday. So now the Canyon football team will have to forfeit 2 league wins for using that ineligible player. This past Thursday's win over Golden Valley and the first league game of the season, a 51-28 win over Saugus. With those 2 losses, Canyon drops to 2-3 in league and 4th place behind Valencia, Saugus, and Hart. But after consulting with the league and the CIF, the Cowboys will stay in the playoffs. The only question was, should they swap games with Saugus and give the Centurions, now the 2nd place team out of the league, a first-round home game? The decision was made by the Centurions to keep things the way they are, with Canyon hosting Palmdale Friday night, Saugus on the road to Highland, and Hart on the road against Palos Verdes. It was a hard lesson learned for Canyon's first-year coach, but coming forward with the truth was the most important thing for this educator, and that's the lesson he once taught to his players. Turning to women's golf, College of the Canyon's freshman Kristen Grimes shot a 36-hole total of 155 at Kings Country Club in Hanford, California to win the Women's State Community College Golf Championship. Grimes' final round of 79 gave her a 3-stroke victory over the field. And Ryan, that's our look at sports.
All right, getting back to the Canyon football situation, do we know how this happened, why this happened, who was responsible?
Bob Messina, the principal for Canyon High School, came forward to the team and admitted that he did not get the completed paperwork correctly to the CIF. So he is the one who is taking the bullet on this one. That's the communication breakdown between the administration and the coaching staff.
Too bad this is all happening on such a technicality like that.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, thank you, Dave. 2.5 years of fundraising efforts have finally paid off for the Music Teachers Association's Santa Clarita branch. A brand new 7.5-foot Yamaha C7 concert grand piano was debuted at the Fall Branch recital at North Park Community Church Sunday. Santa Clarita's Music Teachers Association raised more than $30,000 to purchase the piano. It is housed at the North Park Community Church.
They're allowing all the community to come in for all of our concerts, so it's really a community instrument, and we're so thrilled because this was a dream to be able to give to our students, really, for future generations of musicians, and as us teachers, we can give that as our legacy.
Jones says more than 1,000 students will benefit each week from the purchase. For more Santa Clarita news, log on to hometownstation.com or scvnews.com. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ryan Haslam.